Hi everyone, welcome to English 1010. And for many of you, this might be your first college semester. So if that's the case, welcome to MTSU. I hope we are going to have a great semester. I know it's a little bit different and maybe not what you expected for your college experience, but I'm confident that we'll work together and we will make this semester work. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, introduce myself, tell you a little bit about the class, and just basically get us started on a good foot this semester. So I am Carrie Carter. I am an MTSU alumni. So I went to school here. I had a really great experience, and I am really proud to be an instructor now at the school that I went to. It's a really cool full circle experience. I've been a teacher here. I think my first class I taught here was in 2007. So I've stuck around for a while because I really like it, and hopefully you will have a great experience here too. My husband is also an MTSU professor. He works in the education department. He teaches a lot of the doctoral courses there, and he also works a lot with the MTeach program, which is sort of the STEM teaching program. So even though he was an English teacher at the high school level for about a decade. So we work at the same place. That's really cool for us that we get to work together. I also have two girls, and they are, let's see if I can get them in the picture there. That's them at sewing camp. They are 7 and 8. They're starting 2nd and 3rd grade this year, so they take up quite a bit of my time, but they're pretty cool girls. My youngest just got braces today, so if you want to Venmo me some money, I'm just kidding. I wanted to also tell you a little bit about where I am, what I'm doing. I am also a student, and I'm also now a student online. So if you are worried about that, just know that I've been there. I'm with you. I'm doing it right now too. And so I get it. I know you may have fears or frustrations, but I've also been doing it for a while. So I could probably walk you through any issues that you might be having. So that's really good. I know what you're experiencing, and I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help you work through that. I'm also the assistant director of the Margaret H. Ordubadian University Writing Center here at MTSU. And this is a really wonderful place that I hope you get to know over the semester and throughout your college career. So essentially, we help with any stage of the writing process, from start to finish, in any discipline, any class, even in your personal writing endeavors you might have, such as creating resumes, maybe you're a creative writer, anything like that. So you'll do a lot of writing in college. We see a lot of students, sure, that come in for classes like this, English 1010, but a lot of our biology students come in and they work on their lab reports. Communication students come in and work on speeches. A lot of times students who want to do well and win awards for Scholars Week come in with their poster presentation. So if it's any kind of writing, we can help. And I hope that you get to know us and utilize our resources this semester. We usually tutor face-to-face in the Walker Library on the 3rd floor above Starbucks. That's probably going to be, unfortunately, suspended for the semester at least. But the good news is that we also offer 2 different kinds of online tutoring. So we offer, the first one to tell you about probably is live chat. And this is where you work in real time through our online scheduler, WC Online. So you sign up for an appointment for, let's say, 10 o'clock on Wednesday. You meet online, you upload your paper or your writing project to the scheduler, and then with audio visual you can talk to your tutor and get some really good feedback. If you don't have AV, you can also utilize the chat box feature. We also do document drop now, and so this is a great session for you if you are ready to get feedback on a project and you just want someone to review it, give you some tips before you turn it in. We're here for you for that as well. So, maybe it's a history class and the professor, they're not going to read multiple drafts. Maybe the professor just wants to see that final draft. Then we can give you some feedback on that. So I'm really proud of working there. I help train the tutors and oversee the operation. So I'm really busy with that, and it's a good kind of busy. I like being busy with that. So I am here to answer any questions that you might have about the Writing Center as well. I'll tell you a little bit about this class, but I'll keep it brief because we'll have some other videos that talk to you about some other things about this class. Mainly, I wanted to encourage you at the beginning of this semester to read a few different things. The first is your syllabus. I know that's not the most thrilling document you'll ever see in your life, but at the same time, I mean, I think that I've really worked to keep it user-friendly, short, easy to get through. I have clickable links at the top of the document, so if you just want to quickly go to, for example, what kind of assignments we'll have, you click on that, it'll take you straight to it. So get to know your syllabus. You need to know what's expected of you this semester, and you need to go ahead and start asking questions if you have any. The other document I would suggest you read throughout the semester are your assignment sheets. I'm not going to be with you in person to kind of walk you through what each assignment is going to be. You have to read it yourself, and of course you can do that, right? But you just want to make sure you know what's expected of you and that you're fulfilling the assignment. At the Writing Center, we sometimes see students come in and they've done a really great job of writing this wonderful piece, but we look at the assignment sheet and it's not what they were supposed to do. You don't want to get yourself into that situation. So make sure you're really utilizing your assignment sheets, read them carefully, ask questions about them as they come to you. The other document that you will want to check out is your final grade rubric. Just a little bit about that. This class is not going to follow a traditional grading system. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to use a portfolio system. I think you'll like it. It's a little bit different at first, but once you understand what's expected of you, I think it's wonderful because it lets us focus more on the writing and less on the grade. My goal for you this semester, what this class is all about, is growing your writing skills. It's not a traditional high school English class where maybe you did a lot of literature reading and then, you know, maybe wrote papers on that, or we're not doing any literature in that traditional sense. This is more about growing your writing skills for your college career and beyond. We want to make sure you're an excellent communicator when you leave MTSU. That's our goal for you. So you all came into college as writers. You're a writer. You may not think of yourself as one yet, but you are. You absolutely are. And so, you know, yes, you may get a little bit new content, some new words or new strategies this semester, but mainly we want to focus on growing your writing skills and making sure that you have the tools you need to succeed, no matter what you're writing. So if it is those lab reports or you're writing a cover letter, you want to seem smart and represent yourself well. That's what it's all about. So the course is going to be, you're going to grade yourself for the course. So there is a final grade rubric. Again, get to know this right now, because if you want to make, everyone wants to make an A, and I would love for you to. So if you want to make a certain grade, you need to make sure you're familiar with what that criteria is. So for example, if you're wanting that A and you've only done half of your writing to learn grades, writing to learn grades are those weekly grades, so discussion board posts, maybe smaller assignments that you submit to D2L. You can't propose an A grade if you haven't done those, right? So you need to get to know all the different criteria now, so that when it comes to the end of the semester, you're able to receive the grade and propose the grade that you want. So basically we'll do the weekly work. You're going to do something called power drafts. These are basically drafts that you have pushed yourself really hard on. You've worked on them for a few weeks. You've gotten feedback from someone else, maybe the writing center. You've made changes. You feel good about it, and you're ready to step away. You're ready to step away and get some feedback from your teacher. So that's a power draft. You'll turn that in. I'll give you feedback on your power drafts in the form of just Microsoft Word comments. Before I do that, though, I'll take a look at a reflection document, and you'll turn a reflection document in each time you turn in a power draft. And the reflection basically just tells me how you're feeling about the assignment, what you feel like you're doing well, what you feel like you're struggling with, and I will pay special attention to those things. So maybe you say that you're struggling with your sentences and you feel like it's really choppy, and I'll try to hone in and find places to help you make it a little bit smoother. Maybe you're not sure, you feel like it's lacking something and you're wanting to get some feedback on how can you incorporate more content into your piece. So I would be there to help you do that. You'll get that feedback. And then you'll have until the end of the semester to revise all of your major pieces of writing. You'll do a revision and you'll put all of that into your final portfolio. You'll look at your final grade rubric. You'll mark it all down, show all the evidence. You'll turn it into me. I'll take a look at your final grade rubric, make sure that I agree with the criteria that you've marked. I will read your power draft with the feedback on it and compare it to your revised draft and see what you've changed. And you'll also write a little cover letter to me that talks to me about how you feel about your writing progression over the course of the semester. And that'll be your grade. So it's a little bit different, but I think that you'll like it once we get going. The only pitfall is if you wait to understand that grading system at the end of the semester, and then maybe you're disappointed because you didn't put in the work that you should have in order to meet certain criteria. So make sure you familiarize yourself with that. Other than that, again, check D2L frequently. I suggest checking it on Sunday or Monday for the week. If you have a discussion board post, I suggest doing those. It's not required, but it's highly recommended to do those around Wednesday-ish, so that if you have to respond, you have time to do that by Friday at noon. Everything's going to be due Friday at noon. The way I organize the course, hopefully it's really easy to follow. Week 1, week 2, week 3, and then everything's due in that same time frame. So hopefully it'll keep you organized and help you feel like you can succeed. It should be pretty regularly done. And then what that'll give me a chance to do on Friday afternoons is to kind of sort through anything. If you have any major questions, it allows me time to answer those before the next week. And I also will have an AMA discussion board, Ask Me Anything board. Please utilize this. It's there for you to ask all those good questions throughout the semester. A lot of times I feel like students worry that they're overburdening the teacher, or they're reaching out too much. And trust me when I say you are absolutely not. This is my job. I love my job. I love helping you. Please use that discussion board. Reach out through email, whether that's through my MTSU email or my D2L email. And then also feel free to request a Zoom. I'm not doing synchronous classes, so I think that's good. I worry about technology issues, Wi-Fi, and just busy lives. And so I want you to do the coursework when it's convenient for you. We won't be meeting at any regularly scheduled time, but I do have Zoom available for you to meet with me one-on-one if you need some help with your projects. All you got to do is email and ask. I'm happy to do that. So yeah, that's me. That's the class in a nutshell. I got really country on you guys just then. I'm really excited though about the semester. Again, I know it's not maybe what you expected, but you've got a good group of classmates, I'm sure, and to rely on, and you've got me, and that means we're gonna work through it together. So welcome, get excited, let's get this thing done, and I'll see you guys online.